Hi, I'm Rachelle, registered herbalist, founder of Supernatural, and your host of Plant-Based. And today we're going to do things a little bit differently. I get questions about my morning routine all the time, so I'm going to take you through it. As an herbalist and as a human being who cares about health, the most important thing, that I want to do right with my morning routine actually starts the night before. I want a great night's sleep. Then I want enough time to be able to move through my morning without rushing. I don't want to add any unnecessary stress or anxiety to my routine in the morning, so I like to leave a little bit of space, not a ton, but just enough to move through without rushing. Now that I work for myself, I get to choose my day's start time with a little bit more flexibility, and that's one of the biggest gifts I've given myself is the allowance to wake up naturally whenever I want, without an alarm. Waking naturally happens for me with daylight. It creeps in through the curtains, and then I make sure to open all of them and start my day with a whole bunch of natural light. The first thing I do when I wake up after I open all the curtains is refresh my face with some water or toner, just a little face refresh, and then I head downstairs to the kitchen and fill up a quart-size mason jar with water. Then with my water, I take my first batch of supplements in the morning. And when I do that, I basically just stand there and drink my water until it's almost gone. The reason that I drink that much water right off the bat is because it gets me, a third of the way to my day's goal right away. Next up comes supplements. It's important to mention that, I am an herbalist. I've been working in holistic health and wellness for years. This is my, personal routine, and it's just my personal routine right now. So yours could and probably should look very different. You can consult with your own herbalist, your own healthcare practitioner, or just yourself. I usually have some pillars that I'm supporting with supplements, and the supplements that fall into those sort of focuses will change over time. The current kind of focuses for me in the morning are hormone balance, which includes liver support, gut health for sure, energy, and it's not energy, for me it's not energy like stimulants, it's HPA axis, adrenal, sort of stress response system balance, and then mood and kind of cognitive support. The nature of my job is to know how all of these plants work. So I'm constantly testing multiple different supplements and herbs. Currently, I always take a probiotic first thing in the morning, Ultraflora Balance by Metagenics. I love it. Next up, I do hormone balance. So this is an herbal blend of chasteberry and black cohosh. Two herbs that are great for balancing estrogen and progesterone. Also really important for hormone balance is liver support. So I'll do 1 or 2 of this great liver rescue blend that's turmeric, burdock, dandelion root, some Chonka piedra, just like classics. We could have this every day and be better off. I love some mood support in the morning. So mucuna pruriens, otherwise known as dopamine bean, is one of my favorite herbs for mood. Also on the mood tip, L-theanine, which also works really well with coffee because it helps to slow the sort of crash of the coffee. We get a lot of the kind of brain boosting and clarity and sort of focus benefits without the jitters. And then I have an herbal blend for adrenal health that I've been testing for the last month. And I just take one because it's kind of energizing and I don't need more energy. I have enough of that. And then my last supplement is another test. For the last 2 months, I've been checking this one out. This is a blend of herbs that help to stabilize blood sugar levels. And this guy, I time to take about 10 minutes before my smoothie. But for simplicity's sake, just drop it into the little mezcal cup. And when it's time, knock it back, drink all that water, and call it a morning. The next part of my routine is almost 100% of the time a workout. For me, it's a non-negotiable to exercise. It's my mental health, it's my joy, just so major for me. And I do practice intermittent fasting most of the time. So usually take those supplements and then go exercise. And I'm exercising in a fasted state. After I have that bliss out, then I come back and I make my smoothie. Then I make my herbal coffee. And again, everybody asks me as an herbalist, like, do you drink coffee? And I currently do. For my coffee situation, we cold brew coffee at home, and I just fill up my favorite little vessel with this much cold brew coffee and pour it onto the stove if I want it hot. And then I have my herbal coffee. In my herbal coffee blend, we have prebiotic roots and then a bunch of adaptogens, so herbs that help with stress balance, energy levels. We have some functional mushrooms and then a little bit of cacao. So this is giving me, energy support and at the same time making my body better at dealing with stress and energy sort of depletions. So it's a win-win. So I brew this at the beginning of each week and I have a big jug of it and I just pour this much herbal coffee into my favorite little vessel, toss that onto the stove and heat it up. And I love the bulletproof coffee, the old butter coffee recipe, but I don't use butter. I just use like a half of a tablespoon of MCT oil, toss that in the blender, toss the coffees into the blender, and you have herbal coffee. So then I take my herbal coffee, and sit outside if the weather is nice, and I do my morning pages or morning journals. It's a time to reflect, be at peace, be prepared for the day ahead, and just give myself time to connect mind and body and often breath at that time as well. And to just carve out 5 minutes or 10 minutes to do that, to listen and tune in, can be incredibly beneficial. Thank you so much for caring about my morning routine, for asking, and for letting me share it with you. I hope it was inspiring, and I really look forward to sharing more of what I do throughout the day. For more episodes of Plant-Based, subscribe to Well+Good's YouTube channel, and for more herbalism, follow Rachelle Robinett on Instagram.